Hello, it's Sunday. Time for a bit of a lazy chat. And here we have the first, well, it's not the first pour, I've had a few last night, but this is the new Sabro Vacant Gesture copy, clone type beer, using the Vacant Gesture recipe, but swapping the hops for Sabro. It's alright, isn't it? I mean, it looks a lot darker orange on camera than you usually do, so it's a little bit paler than that. On the nose, it's got a big white head at the minute. I think I probably overcarved it, to be honest. Carving, what I tend to do is it varies between 1 minute and 3 minutes of rocking at 30 psi. So I get it up to 30 psi, leave it at 30 psi, switched on with the gas, and rock it. And this was done 2 minutes. I think it was a little bit much. I do the Kolsch about 2 to 2.5 minutes, but as that's purely Pilsner, no wheat in it at all, anything else, it's fine. But yeah, this has obviously got the wheat malt in, which helps create that bit of body and foam. Nice. It is quite nice. As I'm not sure whether it's got a bit too bitter or not. I'm still trying to decide. It depends on when I taste it. But at one point I think, oh, that's quite bitter. And then another time I think that's quite smooth, quite nice. It's a little bit westy, I'll be honest. Probably more westy than I've usually done, and I think that's to do with the hops itself. Doing it at 100, doing the full 100 grams as whirlpool. Just put it in the whirlpool and did it there, and that was it. It's come out all right, I suppose. But yeah, it's a grapefruit pithiness to it. Do you know, like a West Coast? I mean, it's not as dank as a West Coast as I remember them being. You know, there's no piney resinous, but there is almost that pithy grapefruit bite to it initially on the tongue, which fades away, and I'm really not getting much coconut. I'm not really getting any coconut, to be honest. I thought I did when I first had a glass, but I'm not really getting coconut at all. So that's the new brew on. Bear with me a sec, I'll just clean my glasses. That's the new brew on. The next brew I think is going to have to be a Kolsch, because it's run out. My Kolsch has gone, and I love my Kolsch now. So I might have to do a Kolsch before, or do I do the Brut IPA straight away, and we'll leave it at that, and then do a Kolsch afterwards, and then get on to trying to get a Pilsner maybe. So I need to get that sorted for probably Wednesday or Thursday. Not Wednesday, I'm at work Wednesday. Thursday or Friday. Do a brew day. And me. So yeah, I need to get sorted on that. Now, I want to go back a little bit on previous videos. The ones I've done about Brew Tubers. The last one I did was about what I consider to be almost my peers, same time as me, sort of that kind of group. And it was nice to see comments from people who haven't done videos for a while. 8-Bit Chicken, wow, good to hear you, man, and I look forward to seeing you doing some videos. He was, in the comments, he mentioned possibly getting back into it, which would be good, it'd be great. Mr. Craig Neuberger done a video. I'll mention him. Hasn't done anything for a while. Gets new subscribers, I think, he said, or at least one. And so, whether that's because someone took it off my video and thought, go to Craig's, subscribe, I don't know, but it was good to see him. It was good to see him. Get it in, y'all. Yeah, it was nice to see Craig. And then from my previous video, Beer Lover TV did a video. Now, I know the reason he did it was because YouTube were threatening to demonetize him if he didn't upload anything, so he uploaded an old video. But he was there. He was there. And I also want to talk about those brewers that introduced me to the craft, to brewing, got me excited about it, got me into it, going all grain and such. And I missed out a couple of people. Now, I wasn't subscribed to them anymore, and I'll go through that. Right, so number one was Mr. Roy Lake. How could I forget Mr. Roy Lake? Now, he's stopped brewing, stopped drinking. He doesn't drink anymore. I think one of his videos he did was about how he's now at 15 months sober. He does videos on alcohol-free beers. And so I had no reason to be subscribed, I suppose, really. But these previous videos, his back catalogue, go see it. There's some good content there. And another one was the big Canadian fella, Big Rob. Now, he kind of left Brew Tube and got a brewery going, bootstrap brewery, and I kind of lost his stuff. But luckily, Mr. Rusty Homebrew mentioned it to me today that he'd come across a web page of his that he's been doing, Beer Made Easy, and if you click on there or just go to YouTube, Beer Made Easy by Big Rob in Canada is back. Another one that I completely couldn't find anything for him, so I didn't know what he was doing, so that's why I missed him. So there's two I'd missed. One because he'd stopped drinking. Also, we had a bit of a to do about us all doing the chug challenge. He wasn't happy about people doing chug challenges. Thought it was a poor image to give to people. Anyway, won't get into that one now. But yeah, his back catalogue is there. It's worth going back through. Worth watching. I used to enjoy watching Royal Lake. And Big Rob. I'll go back and watch Big Rob stuff because yeah, it went commercial. I know he ended up selling the brewery stroke bar in the end. I'm not really sure what he's doing now. He pops around and says hello here and there, and it's good when he does. But yeah, I'm not sure what he's doing now at all. I really should go back now that Russell's pointed me in the right direction and I've found his YouTube channel. I should go back and revisit some of his stuff and see, because he's got new content. So that's Beer Made Easy, I believe it's called. Beer Made Easy. So that's Big Rob. So that's touching back on the previous videos that I did. So it's good to see there's still people there, still watching my content. 8-Bit Chicken watching my content. I was impressed. I was like, wow, yeah, man, I was sub to you. Was the idea. Yeah, so it's nice to see the community is still there. There are people still tempted. Come on, Ben. Come on, just do the one video. Just the one, please. Yeah, probably not going to happen, is it? Anyway, so moving on from that. What a weekend I've had. Friday night was a Zoom session with a couple of the brewers, Mr. Peter Hodge, Mr. Russell McGowan, and Mr. Stephen Burton, otherwise known as Big Banana, Rusty's Homebrew, and Watford Junction. So that got a bit. I got a bit messed in that. Well, I didn't get messy in that. It wasn't fall off my chair backwards messy like has happened before by people in these chats. I mentioned no names, but yeah, no, it was nice. Nice to have a catch up, have a chat, drink some beer, drink some whiskey, drink some sherry. Yeah, so yesterday I was feeling a little delicate, and then the wife decided it's Scotland-England game for the rugby and the Calcutta Cup, and we need to play drinking games. Oh, I was not happy. Yeah, it was a bit messy, that one. I'm not good at the old drinking games. Now that game is, the way we do it, the rugby's on. We have your random number generator for 2 numbers between 1 and 15. That generates 2 numbers. For Laura, it's Scotland because she's Scottish heritage, so she always backs Scotland. So she gets 2 Scottish players. I do the same. I get 2 English players, being English, with Scottish heritage, but not as pronounced as my wife's. And so it's Scotland v England. And every time your player is mentioned, 2 fingers of beer to drink. Yeah. And yeah, I had a bit of a time. Also, when there's a substitution and your player's substituting, and they mention your player's substitution, and then the player that's coming on for him, you then take on that player. So the point where the substitution happens can get a bit messy if they mention him several times in that turnover, and then the new player coming on as well. You're having to neck fast. And yeah, I did have that problem at one point, and then England lost. So a bit of a pants day for me altogether. I wasn't impressed with that. No. What else was there? The football this morning, really, was it? Well, lunchtime. I didn't watch it. I caught up with it and saw the end of it. Liverpool Cardiff. I'll say at the end of it was 1-0 when I switched on. It wasn't long before it was ended up being 3-1. It was very good. And Harvey Elliott, nice to see Harvey Elliott is back and fit and scoring goals. So that was good to see, because that was quite an horrific injury. That could have been career ending, to be honest. Certainly in the past, an injury like that has been career ending. So it's good to see that he's got through it and is on form. So that's enough about the football. Back to talking about beer. Yeah, it was good to see Craig doing a video. I'll just having a little chat. Him and Silent J. I like that. I like Silent J. He's not so silent these days. He does talk. Because he ain't Bob, is he? He's alive and well. That's as well as anyone could ask. Oh, with that hacking cough he has now. Man, give up those cigarettes. You've got to give those cigarettes up, man. That'll be your downfall. I did 17 years as a smoker. I quit when I was 34. So I'd been 17 years as a non-smoker. Then I smoked for 17 years and thought, I don't want to be that guy that smoked more, been alive smoking more than he had not smoking. So I quit. Plus I had children come and didn't want to push the smoke onto them, so I quit. And wow, so that was what, 34, so wow, that's 16 years ago now since I smoked. Problem is, it meant I started drinking more. Swings and roundabouts, really. Do I have really much more to say? The walking. Yes, a bit of walking. Done a bit more walking this week. Not as good as last week. Last week I did 2 5-milers. Around 5. One was just over, one was just under. This week I did 1 walk, was just under 8 miles, and I have to say I felt it. I felt broken the next day. I needed a day of rest, so I rested. It wasn't just a day of rest, because the Thursday and the Friday, there's no children, they're at college and school, and me, the wife is at work, it's just me. So I tend then to do a walk, drop the youngest off at school, and go from there and go off and do my walk. So it was nice to get out there, and the weather was better as well. It almost felt like spring, it really did. And some of the gorse was flowering. I noticed we had crocuses were coming up. I think certainly daffodils are coming up. I noticed our daffodils are coming up. With snowdrops. Well, obviously there's snowdrops. It's winter, isn't it? It was nice to see a bit of life again, and a bit of warmth. You certainly felt the warmth in the sunshine. When you got in the sunshine, it felt, you could feel it. It was nice. It's not just cold. I think we were probably in double figures that day, Thursday. So it was good. Yes. Anything else to discuss, really? I don't really think so. Like I said, I'm going to do the next video probably this week if I can, of brewers that have come since my sort of era. I know I'm saying era. It's just that within a 2-year window of when I started and the people that I connected with and met with and got drunk with and such, there seems to be another group coming through, and so I want to talk about them next week. Those that I've subscribed to, hopefully I am. I'm going to do my research again, probably better than the last two, because I know, as I said, I missed Roy Lake out and I missed Big Rob out, but as I said, that was because I was no longer subscribed to them, because A1 Bootstrap Brewery changed and disappeared as far as I knew, and Roy Lake had just given up drinking. Horrific idea. Why would you do that to yourself? No, it's alright. Health reasons. It is an unhealthy hobby, really, isn't it? We know. I know. So yeah, anyway, it was also good to see people commenting who I thought had disappeared, like as I say, 8-Bit Chicken. And it seems to have brought new subscribers to their channels, the people I mentioned. There's people who didn't know of these people, of these brewers. So if you have a channel and I'm not subscribed to you, let me know in the comments so I can subscribe, so I can mention you even in the next video, because who knows, it could help your channel. Why not? I also want to see your content. So next week, hopefully, as I said, before the end of this week, I will hopefully get that video done. I'd like to get it done on the Friday if I can. But yes, as I said, I've got to get a brew done. I really don't have much more to talk about. I suppose that's it. I really have nothing else to say. I'm gonna go now round to the in-laws, suffer the ignominy of being English in the Scottish household after that performance yesterday, and drink a couple of beers before coming back for a nice slow-cooked pulled pork that I've had in the oven since about 11 o'clock this morning. So, cheers for watching, take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.